Okay, so in this video, we are going to be talking about inverse functions. This was a pretty big topic in Algebra 2, but just for some recap, an inverse function is just written by this notation. So if say we have f of x, its inverse is that's a negative 1 of x. The way we can solve for them is say we have our function y equals x squared. The inverse, we could just swap our x and y's and then solve for y. We could get the square root of both sides, and we could get that y equals square root of x. And we can get that the inverse of the function x squared is square root of x. And this is shown by the property that f of negative of the inverse of f is just going to be equal to x, and this works both ways. If you get those composition of functions, you're just going to get out x. So this is an inverse function. There are some other values, like say you have some point on f of x, which is a b, then that same point will exist on the inverse, just b a. Um, and you would also notice that graphically um, it would just be a rotation of the function. So say we have this here, our parabola. If we want to get our inverse, it would just be the square root, which just looks like this. Obviously, though, without this bottom part, but that's just for specific reasons. But usually, it'll just be that rotation. So, this is an inverse function, and we can say we have a table of values for f of x. Say we have 1, 2, 3. So this is 4, 8, and 12. Okay, what we can do here is if we want to make a table, so this is our x and this is our f of x. What we want to do here, say we want to get a table for our inverse function, the way that we can do this is just by swapping our x and f of x values. And this is shown by this rule right here, why this works. So this would be 4 and 1, this would be 8 and 2, and this would be 12 and 3. Because all we're just doing is swapping our x and y points on this graph or on this table. So there we go. That is an inverse function.